Imagine this. You meet a new friend and they ask, "So, how was your day?" Do you freeze or do you flow? Being able to describe your daily life in English is one of the most practical skills you can ever learn. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to talk about your day step by step, so you can sound natural, confident, and fluent. Hi friends, welcome back to English Bio Talk, your home for easy and fun English learning. If you're serious about becoming fluent and want English to be part of your everyday life, hit that subscribe button and join our community of learners from all over the world. Now, let's dive into today's powerful lesson, how to talk about your day in English. Talking about your day is one of the easiest and most useful ways to practice English. Why? Because you always have something to say, what you did, where you went, who you met, what you ate. And the best part? You can practice every single day, even if you don't have a speaking partner. In this lesson, I'll give you useful vocabulary, natural expressions, mini stories, and practice exercises. We'll break the day into clear parts: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. You'll learn not just the words, but how to connect them into fluent sentences. And at the end, you'll get a challenge to practice describing your own day in English. So let's start from the very beginning, your morning. Chapter 1, Morning Routine. Your day begins the moment you wake up. Let's talk about mornings. Content and AMP. Examples. Here are some common morning sentences. I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I eat breakfast. You can also add details. I usually drink coffee in the morning. Sometimes I skip breakfast when I'm late. Mini story. Yesterday, I woke up late because I forgot to set my alarm. I rushed to the bathroom, brushed my teeth quickly, and didn't even have time for breakfast. Can you imagine that? Practice cue. Repeat after me. I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth. I drink coffee. I go to work. Recap. Talking about your morning is easy. Just describe what you normally do, step by step. What time do you usually wake up? Write it in the comments. Chapter 2, Going to work or school. After the morning routine, most people either go to work or go to school. Examples. I go to work by bus. I drive to the office. I take the train to school. I start work at 9 a.m. Mini story. Last Monday, my bus broke down, so I had to walk 20 minutes to the office. It was tiring, but also a little funny. Practice cue. Repeat. I go to work by car. I take the bus to school. I start work at 9. Recap. Just remember to include how you travel and what time you start. How do you go to work or school? Share in the comments. Chapter 3, At Work/School. Now let's talk about your main activity of the day, work or study. Examples. I work as a teacher. I study computer science. I usually have meetings in the morning. I have lunch with my colleagues. Mini story. Today at work, I had 3 meetings in a row. By the time I finished, I was so hungry I ate 2 sandwiches for lunch. Practice cue. Repeat after me. I study English. I work in an office. I have lunch at 1 o'clock. Recap. Work and school sentences are easy. Just say what you do and when. What's one thing you usually do at work or school? Tell me below. Chapter 4. Lunch break. Everyone loves lunch. It's the best part of the day. Examples. I usually eat lunch at 1 p.m. I sometimes go out with friends. I usually have rice and chicken. Mini story. Yesterday, I went out with my friend Sarah for lunch. We had pasta and talked about our weekend plans. It was so relaxing. Practice cue. Repeat. I eat lunch at 1. I have lunch with friends. I usually eat at the cafeteria. Recap. Lunchtime is a great chance to add detail about food and people. What did you eat for lunch today? Comment below. Chapter 5. Afternoon activities. The afternoon is usually full of work, study, or sometimes fun activities. Examples. I work until 5 p.m. I have a class in the afternoon. I sometimes go shopping. Mini story. Last Friday afternoon, I went shopping after work. I bought a new pair of shoes, but when I got home, they didn't fit. What a disaster. Practice cue. Repeat. I work until 5. I go shopping. I study in the afternoon. Recap. Describe what keeps you busy in the afternoon. What do you usually do in the afternoon? Chapter 6. Going home after a long day. It's time to go home. Examples. I finish work at 5 and drive home. I usually take the train back. I sometimes stop at the supermarket. Mini story. On my way home yesterday, I met an old friend from school. We talked for 20 minutes on the street. It was such a nice surprise. Practice cue. Repeat. I finish work at 5. I take the train home. I stop at the supermarket. Recap. Talking about going home is simple. Just say when, how, and if anything interesting happens. How do you usually get home? Tell me in the comments. Chapter 7. Evening routine. Evenings are for relaxing and spending time with family. Examples. I usually cook dinner at 7. I watch TV with my family. I sometimes go for a walk. Mini story. Last night, I cooked pasta and watched a movie with my brother. We laughed so much. It was the perfect evening. Practice cue. Repeat. I cook dinner. I watch TV. I go for a walk. Recap. Evening sentences are easy and fun. You can add food, hobbies, and family. What do you usually do in the evening? Chapter 8. Night routine, and finally, the end of the day. Examples. I take a shower before bed. I usually read a book. I go to bed at 11. Mini story. Last night, I was so tired that I fell asleep while reading my book. I woke up with the light still on. Practice cue. Repeat. I take a shower. I read a book. I go to bed at 11. Recap. Night routines are short and simple. Just explain how you end the day. What time do you usually go to bed? Chapter 9. Weekends and special days. Not every day is the same. Let's talk about weekends and special days. Examples. On weekends, I sleep late. I usually meet my friends. Sometimes I go to the park. Mini story. Last Saturday, I went hiking with my family. We spent the whole day in nature. It was so refreshing. Practice cue. Repeat. I sleep late on weekends. I go to the park. I meet friends. Recap. You can make your English more interesting by adding weekend details. What's your favorite weekend activity? Write it below. Chapter 10. Review and connect the day. Now let's put the whole day together. Content. When you describe your day, connect the parts. I woke up at 7, brushed my teeth, and ate breakfast. Then I went to work by bus and had meetings. At lunch, I ate with friends. In the afternoon, I worked until 5 and then went home. In the evening, I cooked dinner, watched TV, and finally went to bed at 11. That's how you tell a full story of your day. Practice cue. Repeat after me slowly. I woke up at 7. I went to work. I had lunch with friends. I came home at 6. I cooked dinner. I went to bed at 11. Recap. By connecting sentences, you make your English sound like a natural story. Can you write a short paragraph about your day in English? Share it in the comments. Final challenge/practice section. Here's your challenge. Tonight, before you sleep, describe your whole day in English. Say it out loud or write it in a notebook. Don't translate, just use simple sentences. Do this every day, and in 1 month, your brain will automatically think in English when you talk about your day. So today, we learned how to talk about your day from morning until night with natural English sentences, examples, and practice. Now it's your turn. Describe your own day in English and share it in the comments. If this video helped you, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to English Bio Talk, and click the bell icon so you don't miss the next lesson. Remember, fluency is built one simple sentence at a time. Keep practicing daily, and soon, English will feel natural. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.